Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I'm going to discuss about the two Filipino author and one international author. First is Guillermo Gomez Rivera. He is born on September 12, 1936 in Digna, Iloilo, Philippines. Her language are Tagalog, Spanish, English, and Hiligaynon. He is also a Spanish and a Filipino. He is a Spanish-Filipino multilingual author, historian, educator, and linguist scholar whose lifelong work has been devoted to the advocacy to preserve Spanish culture as an important element of the Filipino identity. He graduated from the University of San Agustin in Iloilo City with degrees in commerce and in education in 1967. He earned a Bachelor of Arts from the Colegio de San Juan de Letran. Her awards are Premio Sobel in 1975, the Philippines' high literary honor for works in Spanish. Her poems are Con Símbolos de Caña in 2011 and La Nueva Babilonia in 2018. Her novel, Deus, Teniente Gimo El Brujo Revolucionario de Iloilo 2015. Her contributions is preserving Philippine cultural heritage. His notable works are Deus and El Teatro Filipino and La Loba Negra. His genre is a novel in Spanish. It was the first Spanish-language novel published in the Philippines in over 55 years. The characters of his novel, which is Deus, is Teniente Gimo, the main character, a rebel soldier with mysterious powers. Supporting characters include fellow revolutionaries, colonial officials, and townspeople. Setting: 19th century Iloilo, Philippines during the Spanish colonial period. The plot of her novel, Deus, is about the fight between good and evil. It shows how people must choose between doing what is right or wrong. The story follows a man who struggles with sin, pride, and temptation. He learns about God's mercy and how to stay strong in his faith. The title means "Who is like God?", the word shouted by Saint Michael when he fights Satan. Point of view: the story is told by a third-person narrator, means someone outside the story is telling narrator knows what all the characters think and feel. Themes: cultural preservation, the influence of Spanish culture on the Philippines, and the role of individuals in shaping history. Conflict: man versus supernatural and man versus self. Father Segismundo battles against evil supernatural forces symbolized by the devil, and his own doubts and fears. He struggled to remain faithful in the face of darkness and deception within religious and political systems. Resolution: he overcomes evil through strong faith, prayer, and courage. System symbolizing the triumph of divine truth over darkness. Summary: Deus is a historical novel set in Spanish-era Philippines. It follows Teniente Gimo, a military officer who is also believed to be a sorcerer, which means brujo. The story blends history and folklore, showing his role in local uprising and spiritual battles. The title translates to "Who is like God?", reference to the Archangel Michael, and the story touches on struggles between good and evil, colonizer, and colonized. Next, Miguel Sihuco. Miguel Augusto Gabriel Halbuena Sihuco, also known as Miguel Sihuco, born on November 17, 1976, is a Filipino writer from Manila. He graduated at Ateneo de Manila University, a master's from Columbia University, a PhD from the University of Adelaide, and a Radcliffe Fellowship at Harvard University. He is currently an assistant professor of practice literature and creative writing at New York University, Abu Dhabi. His notable works are Ilustrado in 2008 and I Was the President Mistress in 2022. His awards are Man Asian Literary Prize in 2008 and Carlos Palanca Memorial Awards for Novel in English 2008. His contributions are opinion writer for the International New York Times, is a novelist, journalist, and university professor from the Philippines. The main characters are Miguel Sihuco, the narrator, fictional version of the author, searching for truth. Crispin Salvador, a respected but controversial Filipino writer. Setting, Manila and New York. Plot, a young writer uncovering the truth behind his mentor's suspicious death and the secrets of Philippine history. Point of view, the main thread of the novel is in the third person. Following Sihuko in his journey, he is determined slightly obnoxious character. Themes, universal experiences of history and home, of memories of private and public moments of nostalgia, loss, and laughter. Conflict, man versus society and man versus self. While also grappling with identity, heritage, and corruption in Philippine society. Resolution, he gains a deeper understanding of his identity and country. Though the mystery and political issues remain complex and unresolved, reflecting real-life struggles. Next, the summary of Ilustrado. When famous Filipino writer Crispin Salvador is found dead in New York, Prestige Miguel returns to Manila to investigate his mysterious death and recover his final manuscript. The book becomes a journey through Filipino politics, literature, history, and corruption. Using a mix of interviews, articles, stories, and blog posts, Miguel uncovers dark secrets about Salvador's past and his country's troubled identity. Next, international author George Orwell. His real name is Eric Arthur Blair, born in 1903 in India, raised in England, and died on January 21, 1950 in London. His famous works are 1984 and Animal Farm. Genre of his novel are fiction and non-fiction. He also wrote essays, non-fiction works like The Road to Wigan. Her awards are Retro Yugo Award for Best Novella in Animal Farm in 1996, Prometheus Hall of Fame Award for Animal Farm in 2011. He is also honored by the Orwell Prizes, which are awarded annually for political writing in the UK. His contributions are powerful contribution to literature and political thought through books like Animal Farm and 1984. His works warned people about the dangers of totalitarianism, propaganda, and the loss of freedom. He influenced how people think about government, power, and truth. The characters of his novel, which is The Animal Farm, first Napoleon, the, dictat- the dictator pig who takes over the farm. Snowball, the idealistic pig driven out by Napoleon. Boxer, the hardworking but naive horse. Squealer, the pig who spreads propaganda. Mr. Jones, the original human owner of the farm. The setting of his novel is a fictional farm in England. A group of the plot, a group of farm animals who rebel against their human farmer, hoping to create a society where all animals are equal. Point of view, third person, omniscient narrator. Themes, the corruption of power and the dangers of totalitarianism. Conflict, animal versus human. The animal rebel against human oppression but later face tyranny from their fellow animals, especially Napoleon, reflecting power struggles and betrayal. Resolution: the pigs become just like the human they once overthrew, walking on two legs and enjoying power. The animals realize the dream of equality has failed, as the rules are changed to benefit only the pigs. In the end, the animals can no longer tell the difference between pigs and humans, showing that nothing really changed. Lastly, the summary of Animal Farm. On Manor Farm, the animals rebel against their cruel human owner, hoping to create a fair and equal society. Led by the pigs Napoleon and Snowball, they establish a new system, but soon Napoleon becomes power hungry and turns into a tyrant. Making life worse than before, the story is politically allegory of the Russian Revolution and how ideas of equality can be corrupted by power. These are the references. That's all, and thank you for listening.